Okay, so we're watching the video again. And you gotta go up. It's amazing these two simple steps are so hard for us to master. But even as we get better on the basics of the step, I look at my footwork and it's just so rough. I still got the plop, you know, and that's horrible. So we gotta fix that. But I think to fix it, you gotta have the music, because if you're just doing counting, it's harder to me to feel the rise and fall and everything. So I think today I want to do most of the practice of music, even though the coach wants to slow it down step by step. I think we've had enough slow down step by step that we should learn to do it through the music and try to refine the smoothness of our thing and get our footwork going and, you know, try to work better.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and put the. And you know the cha-cha, do you have the music? Because I didn't, you gave me the waltz.
No.
The song that we were just playing,
Yeah.
that was the song.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have it. I was playing it on his
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're going to enter cha-cha.
Oh, you're not sure if you're
I
going
don't
to
know. So far, all we signed up was One Star Waltz, but
Oh.
wasn't cha-cha? Is there One Star cha-cha?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because that's what they were doing
Yeah,
too.
maybe.
But you want to focus more on the waltz.
Yeah, for right now, let's focus on the waltz, and if we get perfect the waltz, then we'll move on to cha-cha.
Okay. Got it.
So we'll just kind of go over the stuff we've been working on, and to kind of warm up. And even the passing, we still have trouble turning around enough.
Up. Like, why was it not? I didn't, because I had his playing on his phone. I never plugged mine back in.
Yeah.
Like, why is it not doing that?
So, okay.
You're turning it off?
We can turn it down. Yeah, I don't think we need the fan.
That's fine. We can hear the music.
Yeah, you know the two places where it slows way down is past the minute and a half.
right,
though.
yeah.
There's one little one that slows down a little bit during the first
Yeah,
minute and a half,
right.
but the two major ones are after, so.
Right. But that was the whole thing, right? That was, you didn't cut it off.
I didn't cut it,
Right.
that was the whole song.
Right.
But if we don't get started at the right time, I mean, I don't know what they'll do. But when it slows down, maybe we could do like that hesitation thing.
Yeah, if it does, we could do that, just to kind of get our timing.
Get back into the thing.
Yeah, now, do you guys want to start off with, like, they wanted to start off with, instead of just starting off here?
Yeah.
So, we did something very simple where they just here,
Let's come back to this,
and
let's get in the view of the
and she just walked, they just
Uh-huh.
turned, kind of just turned to face each other and then took off,
Uh-huh.
right? So we could do something
Yeah.
also, so you're not just standing
Yeah.
in dance
Like our
position?
coronation thing, we did something.
We did
like
an
that.
explosion.
Yeah, do the explosion.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to do something like that to get
Yeah.
started?
Can we do the explosion?
Yeah. Do you remember how you did it?
No.
I was going to say, let's see which one
Do
did
we
you.
want to shift to that right now? I guess,
Oh,
well, see, my thought is, let's mainly work on
Footwork.
getting our technique and footwork down on what we're working on.
Right.
Once that is done, then let's go into choreographing something and adding the embellishments.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get distracted, trying, let's do the explosion now, let's do this, and I think we're gonna lose sight of it.
And it could be just, though, something just as easy as starting here and then just doing a twinkle and then going.
Uh-huh.
Instead
No,
of,
that's
yeah,
not.
right? So just doing 1, 2, 3, go, and then go into the next.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so,
I think that's okay, right?
No, something like that, but I.
so that would just be this. And then you do your twinkle, come together, and then off you go.
Mhm.
So just something that's,
Yeah, a little different, yeah.
instead of
Well,
already
yeah,
being
yeah.
just standing
Yeah,
here.
right.
Yeah.
So that would be, like, you can start a little bit more side by side,
Uh-huh.
and we just kind of meet over there in the twinkle,
Uh-huh,
and then you go.
right, okay.
Yeah? So,
Yeah.
because it probably wouldn't hurt to practice
Yeah.
that, so you're comfortable with
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah, since that's like the first thing that you're gonna do,
Yeah, okay.
first impression, sort of. Yeah.
Okay, so, see, as we were doing the passing,
Uh-huh.
what I really found hard to do is to get enough rotation, so just to make sure I understand.
That's what we were working on
Do
last
the
week.
twinkle, now I have to step across more or less in front of her, but then I go to completely backwards first, right?
Yes.
And then I rotate this way.
And when you said step in front of her, she's gonna be over here on this side of you.
Yeah,
So-
well, like if we're here,
If you're doing the passing, right?
so we're gonna go do a twinkle and explode like this.
Right here, so.
Right, so now I have to step across
Yeah,
here, right?
but do you see how, instead of going away,
Uh-huh.
take your step like more, yeah, more
Oh,
this way.
That much, okay.
Yeah.
But, so I go
Because
like this.
that's
and
how
then-
you're gonna get across there,
Right,
right?
right.
And then I'm gonna step between
Right,
your feet.
okay. But then I
then-
can completely try to rotate
Yes,
all around, right?
yep.
And that's what I'm having trouble with, to do that amount of rotation. So I'm going here to here, and then you have like the 180.
Yeah, and
right?
you know what you did that time, which was good, is that you lifted, like if this is the heel of my foot,
Right.
you lifted the heel of your foot up so that you can rotate
Right,
here.
right, right,
A lot of
right.
times your heel's flat and
Yeah.
it doesn't really turn when your foot's flat on the floor.
But to me, that's the hardest part of that step, is to get to the right momentum. 1, 2.
Whoop. So it's going to be 1 is your right foot, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Mhm.
To make
And
it
you're,
look smooth, you know?
you're here,
Right.
and you start with your right foot. 1, 2, 3. And on 2, which is this foot, your left foot, if your heel goes flat,
Uh-huh.
it's really hard to get that much turn
And I'm just put my two words
between his feet, just
If
like,
you're not all the way over, I can't, there's no between.
mhm,
That
right.
time it didn't seem so hard. Why is that? So, we go.
1, 2. Now this is the one, do you see on 2 right on your left foot?
Uh-huh.
So come up onto the
Yeah,
toe and
right.
go 3.
But it is a 180-degree turn.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you need the momentum. That's why I find it hard if you count it. 1, 2, you go slow. It's too hard to really feel the fluidity.
Yep. Although, being able to do it really slow,
Yeah.
yeah, if you can't do it slow and you can only do it fast, it just means
Yeah.
you
you're
get it
probably
over
not
sooner,
correct.
but you're probably not doing
Right,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to inquire about Bollywood dancing.
You know, there might be something, do you see on the wall behind you? There might be a flyer about it. If not, I'm not really sure.
See, it's so hard for me to complete the 180. I feel like I'm.
Well, you know what? That time I felt like, yeah, when you came across here, so if you step with the foot that's closest to me, there you go. As I come around here, that part of it, it's that last part, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to do that one more time. So you're going to step again with the foot closest to me. And if I go, you see I'm kind of falling back?
Yeah, right.
Because this foot didn't do this, right? It didn't, so you see how it got stuck right here? It didn't turn to that. And you see how I had to lift my foot heel off the floor so it would turn? Yeah, so when I come across, and again, you're stepping with the foot closest to me, here, to there. Yeah, did you see this left foot?
Excuse me, just one more. Is there an office here?
Not really, there's not. And you can look online, I'm not sure. So I just rent floor space here, so I don't really have anything to do with the studio. I mean, besides that, so I don't really know anything about the classes that they offer, because usually those teachers that offer those classes also just rent space.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so they don't like work for the studio or anything.
I see.
Yeah,
So my best bet is to call.
yeah. Or look online.
There's nothing, yeah.
I don't see anything for that either, yeah. Sorry.
Feels like I'm here. This turn, you know, like I'm behind the power curve.
Yeah.
And then I know I'm not gonna make it unless I really.
Do that with me one more time, what you just did. Whoop. And I still think that your first step went further away from me.
Even that time.
One more
I
time?
didn't quite make it, you know. That time I didn't either.
Uh-huh. And when you're on your left foot, push from, do you see how that ball of your foot is in? Like push yourself from that ball of the foot, yes, onto 3. So when you go 1, now push yourself, yes.
Still, yeah, I barely made it. You just feel like.
Actually, that was a good one. That was the best one. Do one more time. I think you just need to practice that. Now, here's another thing that I noticed is right now you're behind me. So it would be better if whoever's going to be coming across needs to be in front.
Oh, okay, so that would help.
Now you have to go all the way around me.
And I'm reluctant to step too close to you.
Right.
So.
So move yourself in front of me a little bit more. Yeah.
There you go.
And
But
now,
I still didn't make it, you know.
and that last step, needs to go more rightward.
Right.
Because if it goes too much forward, then I'm not going to be in front so that I can go across,
Yeah.
right? So when I do, so we'll come back to here. Do you see how I'm standing in front of you? Because
We'll go where we can get the camera view better, you know.
actually, we can
Yeah,
even do it
facing
towards the
right,
camera.
right.
So whoever's the one on the left-hand side, where I'm standing now, is the one that's going to cross in front. So that person needs to be in a little bit of the forward track. Do you see how my arm's here? Like when I was doing this with Elliot, it felt like he was do you see how I'm kind of pushing you forward?
Yeah.
Like he was back here.
Right.
Now, it's harder for me, but if I'm here,
Yeah.
now at least I can feel, I have an open space of where I'm going. And so I'm going to move to there. Now, right here, do you see how you're a little bit in front? So if you were
There.
back there, it'd be harder because now you have to go all the way around me. So if I let you be the one in front, so now when you come across, now, do you see how I'm the one in front? So as you were crossing, I was moving more forward so that I could get into that front position. And now here, I'm going to let you move more forward into the front position. Can you see that? So who's ever on the left-hand side is the one that crosses and needs to be in the front.
I'm like a cop out of control here.
Yeah, and so when I take the step, so if I'm going to be the one that's crossing and she's here, I'm going to take the step this way. And the direction that my foot is pointing, my second step is going to move that way.
Okay, so it's not quite this way, it's
Right.
more down the line a little.
Because I want her to be able to travel.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
If I come across you, if I'm on this side, let's say, and I'm going to be the one crossing, and I go,
Yeah.
you don't have anywhere to go, right?
Right.
So I need to go
Uh-huh.
over here
Right.
because I want you to move forward and meet me over in
Right.
that spot. So if you go with your left foot, and while you were standing on this foot, it still needed to turn more so that your next step could
Yeah.
go there. Right? So you got to here,
Yeah.
and then
Right,
you didn't get
right.
that rotation over the ball of the left
Yeah.
foot, right? So that's what you just need to practice, is being able to get
Okay,
across there.
See, I keep getting worse. As you get multiple, and it keeps getting worse and worse. And a lot of positions. Let's try one more time. I guess we're gonna slow it down.
Yeah, it's your left foot. Your left foot is, do you see how I'm backing up? So
Yeah.
I have to turn so that I can push
Yeah.
myself
Pushing as opposed
forward.
to falling back on it.
Yes. Push it, push. Push your left foot. That's better. That's better.
The last one was pretty good.
The last one was the best one, right?
but
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It just kind of happened.
But see, I can see you pushing
Yeah.
from the ball of the foot where you were dropping
Yeah.
down instead of pushing out. 1, 2, 3, 1. Push. Push. That's better. Go out in front of her. 2. That's better. And now I think you just need to also, your eyes. Ah, you're back.
You double dipping?
Uh-huh.
I gave you a check made out to me, and I still have your check in my
Oh, it's sitting right here.
purse. Did you happen to see that?
I didn't look at it because I've been out on the
You guys
floor.
gotta use using Apple Pay.
Is it that one?
Yeah, yes.
Because they put theirs there too.
This
Yeah.
is the one from Kelly reimbursing me for all the name tags I put.
Oh, I didn't even look at it.
And yours is laying out straight. Oops. It's because they both had a little tinge of color on
Did
it.
you come all the way back for that?
You know, I had to run an errand, and
Oh, I was
it
gonna
was when
say.
I was paying for this item that I had to pick up,
Then you realized?
I saw this.
Oh.
So I wasn't that far. I was, far enough to cool down from being upset.
Okay, and then we're gonna plan on Thursday. I'm gonna check the studio time though, and I'll.
Yeah, check that. If not, then, any.
We started meeting up and then get sloppier and sloppier.
Evening's kind of hard to do because they have classes.
Yeah, and the only thing available then is the LA Fitness thing. Maybe Melissa will come up with a solution. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate everything.
Oh, that was a really good one, that last one. Now look out, look out, look out this way. There you go. Look out so you can see where you're going. Look out, look out. Uh-huh. Look out in front of you, look out. Yeah, you see where I'm saying look out? You tend to, when you're going across, you're
I'm
kind of,
getting dizzy.
you're focusing on Linda, so if we're in this side by side, when you're doing the one going across, you're stopping like right here instead of here, right? So you're stopping here, and that's harder to get your foot over there.
Yeah.
So if I come across, and it might have been that you were going too far across, so I told you to look at her, and now we've got you, now we have to adjust the other way. So now I need to look at her here, and then look out. She looks at me, then she looks out. Now your last step could have gone a little bit more sideways, yeah. And that allows me to get into the front position. So here I'm going around a corner, so it's a little easier. Keep moving, that's it. Now, you're gonna keep going across this way. Keep going across. That's a really nice one, yeah. You see how we had, now I'm gonna go across here, but if I stopped here, do you see how my foot,
Right.
now I have to go, allow myself to open all the way up to make it across the floor.
This helps, stop after each time one of us.
And just
goes
check, right, and say, okay, you can see where you didn't quite make it. Now stop right here. There you go. Now look straight forward. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's true, that's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and so orient
Yeah,
your body.
you
So
go
see
this
her as you're crossing,
Correct.
but then look, so then you kind of see where you're going down the floor, and you can tell if you need to deviate in any direction.
There you go. 1, 2, 3.
And Linda, you stepped on this side of the
Yeah.
foot instead of this
There,
side.
okay.
Yeah, so instead of stepping between its feet, you went on the outside, and that makes it harder for him to get across. That's better. And now, Elliot, when you go across, like, okay, when I'm crossing you here, so here's one, right? So go ahead and put your heel out. That's it. Okay? Now, 2, I want you to go towards the mirror and not towards Linda, right? Towards the camera, I guess. 1, 2, and then do your 3. 3. Now take that one a little bit more progressive because you need to get up. Do you see how I'm in front of you? You need to move into the front position. Stand on your left foot. That's it. 1, 2. Do you see where I'm moving at you? And then you go that way. Do you see how I just moved into the front position? So the one person on this side has to be more progressive. Person on that side has to be more sideways moving. Person on the right, more sideways. Person on the left, more progressive. Okay? Yeah.
This, I used to think that this is one of the simplest tools, but it's really not.
Well,
And
to
make
do
it look
it
good,
properly, right? Yeah, you can kind of get through it, but to really do it properly. Yeah, and I still think you're ones, so let me bring you back here. So let's say I'm on this side, right? If I go 1,
Yeah.
you see how,
Right.
I don't know if it feels funny to you, but now I gotta take
Yeah.
a huge step because but if I go this way, you see? And now watch, instead of this arm still coming across, let me come out of the arm so that go ahead and step, and then let me come out of it.
Okay.
Instead of
Yeah, I'm
continuing to
trying to
push it across.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Because then you get like this,
Uh-huh.
right? So as soon as I move out of that space,
Okay.
and it'd be like if you came across and I kept my arm here,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
right? You see, it's hard to get
Yeah,
there, right?
right.
So as soon as you move across, my connection with you
Okay.
will release. So do you see it releases?
Uh-huh.
So you're going to do the same thing. As soon as I take a step, release it. Yeah.
Okay. That's right.
Whoops, so Linda, you took this step this way when he was over there instead of,
Yeah. I have a hard time
do you see if I go
remembering
straight
which
down the board or if I go diagonally
Remember,
across
you're
the
gonna
board?
go in front, that's when you take a step to
Yeah,
the side.
okay, so can we go, I'm sorry, I have to go slow, but
1, 2,
wait, is this the step where I go,
no,
where?
I'm gonna go across.
I go straight.
So whoever's on the left
He's taking a step.
is the one that's crossing, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Now, before you move, and you on this last step should have gone a little bit more that way. So now she's a little bit more in the front.
Okay.
And now you're taking this step.
Right across.
Yes.
Isn't that too far forward? No?
Well, she doesn't want to cut you off
right.
because you've got to step
Right.
forward.
There you go.
So,
1, 2, 3.
and your 3 moves more sideways. Your 3 on that side moves more forward, right? So now move up a little bit more on 3. That's it. So you should be in a clear spot to come across this way now. 1, 2, 3. And now,
You're still too far behind.
right?
You need to be
And
further
take
forward.
your a little bit more that way, and yours a little bit more forward, right? And you're coming towards me this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, and let me back you up. I want to still show you one more thing. It seems like it's the same. Okay, my body's towards you, but now look where my foot went. My toes pointing that way, but do you see how it went? It didn't get any closer. If you look at the boards, right, I'm actually a little bit more this way. Now, if I look at the board, do you see? So I went from this board all the way to that one instead of, you see, now I'm moving farther away. So now it's going to be harder to get over there. But if I'm right here, now I'm moving that way. You're moving, you move farther away from me right there.
Okay.
Do you see how you move that way?
Yeah.
So you still need to go over
See, I
it.
feel like our path is going to be this way. So if I step that way, that's good, but.
But we've got to go around the corner here,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So if you go up there, then we're not going to make it. So you have to go across here. That's it. And if I go that way,
Yeah.
right? So I have to go this way. And you have to still go this way. That's it. And I have to still go that way to get around the corner. Yeah? Yeah.
Hard work.
But it's funny how you don't realize you're actually stepping further away.
Yeah.
Like you're making it harder for yourself without even realizing it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. So that one, Elliot, your step did this again.
Oh, it did?
Yep.
I thought I was consciously.
I know. Your foot was turned that way,
Uh-huh.
but it didn't move that way. Yeah. That was better. Yep. Well, Linda's went further away that time. Do you see how you didn't make it across? So your first step went this way. Yep.
It's so weird because then he comes back down.
Because you know why? Because your foot is pointing that way. Your toes are pointing that way. But you did this. See, they're pointing that way, but they're not moving that way. Yeah, there's a difference between that, right? So actually move that way. There you go. And stop. Now Ellie's going to move that way.
You didn't move.
Yeah, I did. It's
I
funny when you
didn't
go.
take a step, I was like.
Whoop, now, whoop. So you're going to be standing on this one. So you'll always step with the foot closest to each other. Right? One between. Whoop, there, Linda, you went further away again. I know. You did this.
Yeah.
Foot's pointing that way, but it moved that way. It didn't move this way. Yep.
Going
Yeah.
that way, right?
Yep.
A lot better.
Yep. Yeah. Whoop. So Elliot, yours went further away
Really?
too.
I stepped right in front of it.
Yeah. Let me show you where you just went. So you were on this side, and again, my foot's pointed that way. Maybe it went a little bit that way instead of. Do you see the difference?
Yeah, I'm with
And
Linda.
that
You
makes
think
it.
you're doing something good there. Apparently
Do you
not.
see how it's going
Yeah.
instead of this way?
Okay, go back to where we came. Yeah, I'm gonna go home and make sure she's not lying.
I know, right?
1, 2. See,
What?
As soon as I took the step, I said, "Is Carrie gonna say I stepped?"
Yeah,
wrong?"
that time you did this. You stepped right into her track.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking there's
And
no place
your
for
foot,
my
do you see
foot.
where how much my foot is turned?
Uh-huh.
My foot only needs to go this way. It doesn't need to
Yeah,
come
I
all
knew
the
I did
way.
something weird.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure exactly what it was. That's why I stopped.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. Could you see where she did?
Yeah,
you,
she
could
kinda
you
went-
tell?
yeah.
Yeah. Because it's almost easier to tell when they're when someone else is doing it
Yeah,
than.
yeah, you kind of went like this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That I changed it.
Yeah, let's start all over again. Oh, yeah. Okay, another 5 lessons. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now stop right there. Okay.
Yeah. 1, 2,
Uh-huh. Whoop. And so, Linda, your 2 went out here instead of right forward
So it
between
would
his
have
feet.
been, he did it right, but I would have been right if I had just.
Yeah, and you know
kept
why?
going at it.
Because you're feeling him go that way, so you went that way
Went that
too,
way.
right?
Yeah.
So here, so I'm not trying to go right to here, because then you don't have anywhere to step, right? I just stepped in front of you. I'm trying to go out here, right? Uh-huh. And you're gonna go straight forward. Here, second step is right there, yeah? So your second step before went way over here by, yeah?
Yeah, because I.
And then as I go, I'm going to change from this side to that side. And now take your last step. That was the step you just took, a little bit more forward. Yeah, forward. Now you're in the front. Because you took it more sideways. Okay? Yes. Do you see how I just took this? Can you see it's not over here? And now, actually going around a corner is easier than going
Yeah.
straight. Up, 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 up. Yep.
Going that way.
Okay, now, before you go, I'm going to indicate by doing this. Feel that? So that's going to tell you to go. Go. And your last step went a little bit too much that way. There you go. And you're heading just the way you're pointed, right? Just step straight forward in that direction. Go ahead. That's it. You see how I progressed? Whoop, your last step went too. Yeah, there you go. Come back. So you kind of start cutting off your step a little bit. Go ahead and step, because I don't want to push you with this hand. So just go. Up. You see how you didn't get all the way to the outside of my foot? Go this way. Go. That's a good one. There you go. Now, take this step a little bit more closer to this one. There you go. That's it. And now you're going to go that way. There you go. Good one. Yeah. Now, remember, you're going to come over here. Feel like you might go down that way. Come this way. Look towards my hand. That's it. Keep going that way. Yes. Coming this way. Yep. Keep going that way. Yep. Good one.
Tape on the floor.
I know, right?
I got some good close-ups of that.
And it seems like,
Yeah.
there's not that much difference between,
Yeah.
if I'm directing you slightly different, but it makes the world of difference in the movement, yeah. Can I do it with you a few times? Yeah, you had lots of good practice there. Up. Okay, now let me just do. There you go. Relax your shoulder. Nice. Now, your last step that you just took with your left foot could have been a little bit more progressive.
Okay.
Because you need to move up into the front. See, I went more sideways, you go more progressive. Now you go more sideways, I go more progressive. You see I'm slightly in front of you now? Progressive. There you go. You see how I keep going this way when I came across you? And you are more forward. So keep going that way. There you go. Now if I go too much sideways, you see where instead of here, if I go sideways, just so you can see the difference again. Way better. Yeah.
And I was feeling the pivot better too. You got it recentered?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, back together.
Back together.
Back together. I mean, once that becomes automatic, then it's, no, it's just going to be just easy as can be.
I was too far apart and I tried to take a huge step to get caught up and I couldn't do it.
And the other thing that I think about too is if you're on this side and I know you're going to come across, you have the longer distance to travel than me. I'm just going straight.
Right.
So I'm going to give you time, a little extra time. So if you step forward with your right foot, so, okay, I'm going to wait for you. Go ahead and go across. Then I step. Okay, do that one more time. And I'm going to be a little bit not waiting. I'm not going to wait as much. I'm going to be a little earlier.
Yeah, right.
Couldn't go, right?
Yeah,
Because
right.
I ran into you with my energy.
Right.
So whoever is on that side has the longest distance. So I'm gonna step slightly after you, just ever so slightly. Yeah, and then one more time. I'm gonna step at the same time as you, not ahead of you, just at the same time. You see how the difference, right? So I'm going to do that with you too, because who's ever on this side. So you had the longest distance because you're going from this side to that side, right? I'm going to give you that little bit of time that I just did with Elliot. So I'm going to let you go ahead and go. Then I step right after you. Okay? Now, if I step at the same time as you, so I'm going to bring you back here, you'll feel the difference of just that little slight lag I normally do, and if I don't do that, so here you go.
Yeah. I
You
feel
didn't
like
get
you're
there.
right in me.
You didn't get there, right? Because my energy as you were crossing ran into you. So now as you cross, I'm going to wait just a little bit, then step in after you. Can you see that just a little bit? So that's a timing thing, right? That you have to be ever so slightly aware of your partner's timing as they're passing you. Yep, nice. Now he's passing you, slow it down. Now he's going to slow it down as you come across. Slow it down slightly after her. Slightly, slow it down. Whoop. So I don't feel like, you still made it, but I felt like she went at the same time. Yeah. Now, okay, so now you have the longest distance, Linda. So Elliot's going to take his second step, especially the second step, slightly after you. So here we go. 1, slow it down, 2, 3. Now, Linda, you're going to take, if this is step number 1 with your left foot, your second step with your right foot that you step between his feet, you're going to slow it down just a little bit. 1, slow it down, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to slow your second step. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Whoop. Now, I don't think your second one went slower, and it kind of went, instead of here, it went where he was trying to go.
Okay.
So it's hard to get around. So let's do this. I'm going to do that with you one more time. But I think you got it, right? That makes more sense, I think, because a man has to think more in those terms anyway, so it's easier for him. So when you go 1, okay, now this next step, don't take it until I'm stepping over here. Now go ahead and step, and then go,
Oh. okay.
right?
That's-
So when now I'm going to do it. I'm not going to take, until you get over here, I'm not going to take my second step. So here's 1, you get there, then I stepped after you. Now it's your turn to do it. 1, go ahead and take the 1. 1, now don't take 2 until, go ahead and still take 1. Wait for me to get here, now step 2. Right, so until you notice him get across you. 1, you see, could you feel me doing it? 1, so you still got to take 1 though. 1, 2, yes, that was it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's the one that's stepping between the partner's feet has to put the brakes on just a little bit, delay, to give the other person time to cross. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, delay, and then step. Yeah. 1, delay, and step. 1, delay, and step. That's it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I think we did better.
Right? So it's just that little extra awareness of where your partner's going, and because you're doing exactly the same thing, you're taking turns. So whoever has to do that,
No, that was very helpful.
Yeah. So you call this passing twinkles? What do you call this?
flip-flops.
Oh, flip flops. Oh, okay.
Passing twinkles are the ones where the lady just goes back and
Oh,
forth.
okay.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Remember that, where she
Yeah.
just goes back and forth, and then
Yeah.
where you take turns, you kind of flip and
So-
flop around each other.
Oh, we sometimes say he goes, she goes. What would-
He goes, she goes,
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds exhausting.
Did we do the other thing right, or what? The, twirling around in the thing, or should we do
Oh,
that?
we can just do it for a couple times.
But I think that made the difference, right? Is just knowing that awareness of
Breakthrough.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, and you know what I noticed when you did this earlier? I mentioned this a little bit that I think we need to spend a little more time on. When you turn, so if we come up and do that cross behind, I noticed, Linda, if you stand right over here where you can see me turn, when you turn, you're turning over. Do you see I'm like way over here under my arm? And I want to turn more under where the hands are joined.
Yeah, I know. she
You're
did.
turning
Yeah.
way back over here and you just don't have enough room for yourself.
She gets off balance. go
Yeah,
down.
because you can see that's really harder. So now I'm going to do the forward side cross again. I want to be pretty close to you here.
Uh-huh.
And I think you guys are
Yeah,
already
yeah.
this far apart.
Okay.
And then when you raise the hand up, do you see how I'm like right under? So I'm under the hand and not under my elbow, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so if I do it without stopping once so you can see that. So we have 1, 2, 3, right. Do you see how close I am to you?
Uh-huh.
So I'm right under that space. And it's just so easy to progressively get further away
Yeah.
and end up,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And of course, that's not that easy to get under. So I'm going to watch you from behind like you were watching me. And stay close, closer. Now stop right here. Yeah. So if you could be even just slightly, yeah, that would be better, right? Now when you go to do the turn, you're going to go, oh, you're going to, yep, you're going to step with your left foot. Mm-hmm. And then stay as close as you can to underneath the joined hands here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Uh-huh. And I still felt like the hand, do you see how my hand's over here? Or my hand's here?
Yeah.
Start from this
No, wait.
position.
Mm-hmm. You're,
Balance.
and you're standing on the back foot. Yep.
Wow. I'm trying to keep my balance.
Because you have both heels on the floor. Lift your
No,
front
no,
heel.
Front and south.
Put this one down. Stand all the way there. That's it. That's it. Head back. There you go. 1, 2, 3. And do you see how your hands still did this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if your hand,
It should be, how about it up here, right?
uh-huh, it's here, uh-huh. Now just turn, just turn. Do you see how it's still over here? Yeah.
So I'm supposed to be,
You're pulling your hand over that way. Do you see how, instead of keeping it right here? Yeah. Yeah, so let me just do that part with you. So we'll just do it from, are you okay doing it from here where you cross behind? Here, here. Uh-huh. That's it. Okay. Now, I'm going to raise the hand up here. Okay. So here we go. Turn, turn. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Did you know where the hand was? Were you aware of that? Right? There's so many things to be aware of. So, so this time we'll just see if we can be a little bit more aware of the hand. So go ahead and step with, there you go. 1, 2, 3. Uh-huh. Bring it a little bit more here. There you go. That's it. Okay. Now, it's right here, right? So you're going to step there. And then it's right here, here, and then there. Yeah.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
putting my foot along.
Mhm. But did you notice the hand
Yeah.
stayed, and we didn't let it come over
No.
there, right? It was on this side of you, between us still. Yeah. Okay, now let's do it one time without stopping there. You getting dizzy?
No.
You're okay? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That seemed better, didn't it? Yeah. So I think just having the awareness of where your hand was. Yeah. You want to do it again? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think you did it. I think you did it. You can see that, right? You see the difference in her turn?
Yeah, I got
And you were able to stop at the end and be balanced. Nice. Nice, nice. And then, Elliot, so you want to also make sure that you don't push her hand back over there, right, behind her. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, I think you did push the hand a little bit back there. Let me just do it with you from here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, it's right here. 2, it's still here. 3. Yeah, let me do that one more time. You see how you didn't have to push it towards me? 1, 2, 3. 1. See, you're still doing that? Just go straight up. 2, it's right there. 3, it's there. You see that still feeling of wanting to go that way and that?
Last week I was, said, raising my hand up straight.
Yeah.
So,
You were doing that when I was doing it with you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, better. Hey. How are you? Good. Busy? Going to have a snack and come back, or you?
No, actually, I'm going to Valle Guadalupe today.
You're going where?
Valle Guadalupe for the weekend, like my Ensenada.
Oh, you are?
Have
Ah,
you been?
no.
It's fun. They have great food and great wineries.
So you're heading down there now?
I'm getting the
All right.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Nice weekend, safe trip.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Close to Ensenada? Yeah, yeah.
I know where it
I know, I need to get a passport. My passport expires, so I can't go to Mexico.
You better get your passport.
is.
I
Yeah.
know, I need to get it.
Yeah.
I need to write a note.
Because otherwise, if you have to be expedited, then you gotta pay.
Yeah,
extra
then I'm
money.
gonna, something, opportunity is gonna come up, and I'm like, I don't have a passport, oh my gosh, and then I was like, yeah, crazy trying to figure it
One
out.
more time.
Okay, that keeps coming up, so I know I need a passport.
2,
Keep the hand right in the middle, keep the hand closed.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't lower, I was trying to lower the hand because we end up here. And
There.
it's lower, so.
Am I fighting you or what?
Well,
I know,
we,
sort of,
we
yeah.
just want to get you in sync with
Yeah.
the idea that after the 3,
After
lower
the
the hand.
3 though.
Let's try one more time.
yeah, you're up, yeah, I saw it that time. Up,
I lost my balance.
and I think, let me do it with you one time? Yeah, give you a break, because you did a bunch of
Yeah.
turns. But you're right, it's getting that 3 there. And did you see how loose our hands
Yeah,
were?
right.
And I think that's key too. It's,
Yeah.
but you know, if you're not totally on balance, the last thing you want to do is loosen your hand, right? You're like, wait, you know, I want to hold on tighter, right? So it's still a little bit probably of the balance too, of being able to feel
Yeah.
free enough to.
Like I can do one or two maybe, and then after that I'm like kind of crazy.
And you know, one of the things that I was just thinking of as I was doing it, you know the pattern we were working on before, the flip-flops? And the person going across had to do that 2, 3, that push from the ball of the foot. That's what I'm doing when I'm doing the turn. On 2, I'm pushing from on my foot, and that helps propel me around. So if this is 1, 2, 3. You feel that? How that kind of sends me around? I'm pushing up into the ball of the right foot. And that pushes me around in the turn. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it's on 1 push around. Yeah. 1 push around. Yeah.
That's much better.
That was better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's just finding the last little bit of information to make it all make sense and work together, right? Yeah. Is it already? Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, we started late though, actually.
Yeah, we started late, about 2:15 we started.